Recently I had a fella talking to me about cell phones and how if you wrapped up your cell phone in aluminum foil that you wouldn't be able to place or receive a call, and that's what you need to do if you want to keep your phone private and you don't want people being able to find out where you are, find out your location. I think a little bit of a conspiracy there. I think if I didn't want someone to find me on my cell phone, I would just turn it off. But conspiracy theorists say, well, even if you turn it off, the phone's still running. And that you have to wrap it up in tinfoil, and that will prevent it from working. So here's a piece of aluminum foil. Let's try putting the phone in the aluminum foil. We'll wrap it up in here and see whether the phone will ring. And I'll dial my number from my other phone, and we'll see if it will ring. I think that is busted. There's my phone, and it's ringing. Now, I know what you're saying. Someone's going to say, oh, you didn't wrap your phone up enough, so let's try wrapping it up a little more. I'll wrap it up here with some tin foil, and then I will wrap up another piece of foil on the top. Okay, my phone is now completely covered. Let's try phoning it again and see whether it will ring again. It's ringing. As you can see, the phone is completely covered. I just pressed the silence button there, but we'll try it again here. There you go. As you can see, the phone is covered. It's covered all the way around. I can unwrap it. And it is ringing. I think that theory that if you cover your cell phone in tinfoil is busted. Now that may have very well been true for some of the older networks. We can do it again here just to prove a point. We'll put the phone in here. And we'll dial it again. Busted. As you can see, the phone is completely covered. The antennas are completely covered on it. And it's ringing. If I press the button on the side, it'll cancel it there. I think we can say that little theory is totally busted. And the reason why we can say that is busted is, well, under the older cellular networks, and where you live may be more important than that, but under the older cellular networks, there was one cell site that would cover several kilometers, several miles of range. And it was a high power cell site, and the phones, of course, needed a fair bit of power to get to them, but the fact is the antennas themselves were quite widely spaced out, several miles apart. Under the newer generation of cell antennas and cell sites that the cellular carriers are putting up, especially the bigger ones, they're using what's called microcell technologies. And Microcell Technologies move the antennas right into your neighborhood. And typically they're mounted on wooden power poles, or they could be mounted on street light posts, but they have them every block or so. So basically, I can walk out my front door, and I can, if I walk to the north, I walk over 2 lots, and there's an antenna. I walk, if I walk west from my house, basically one street over, there's an antenna. If I walk up to the end of the block to the north, there's another antenna. And if I walk down to the end of the block to the south, there's another antenna. So right within my neighborhood, I've got 3 cellular antennas that are beaming power right towards my house. So it doesn't matter how I wrap this thing up, it is going to work. And that is just the nature of the modern cellular technology. Wrapping your phone in tinfoil is not going to stop the signals from getting in or getting out. Busted. This experiment, I'm going to wrap up my BlackBerry Classic. This is my work phone. I'm going to wrap this one up, and we're going to phone it, and we'll see whether it will work as well as my BlackBerry Priv did. So we'll wrap the phone up, and just to make sure that there's no part of the phone that's uncovered, I will cover it up with a second layer of foil, just to make sure that there's no parts of the phone that are uncovered, and then I'll try phoning it. So I'm going to dial the number here. Where are we here? And phone the number and see whether this one will ring. Now, the difference between the 2 phones is this is a Classic. It's a Chinese-made phone. My other phone was a Canadian-made phone. Oh, what do you know? It rings too. Okay, phone's wrapped right up. You can see it's completely wrapped up. It's covered on all sides. I had it covered up, right? Antennas are covered. And as you can see, it rings. That's it. I think we've busted the theory that if you wrap up your phone in tinfoil, it won't ring. We'll do one more test here. Again, we're testing the phone to verify that claims that have been made that if you wrap your phone in tinfoil, it'll stop signals from getting in or getting out of the phone, to stop the phone from working. So I'm just going to take my BlackBerry here, and I'm going to cover it in tinfoil, cover all the sides of it. And then I'll put another piece over the front here to completely shield the phone all the way around, as you can see. Now the phone is covered in tinfoil, and I'm just going to dial my phone from my other phone in my pocket here. And we should hear it ring. Whoop, wait a minute, got to dial the right number here. Okay, where's my phone number? Calls. My test got kind of screwed up there because when I tapped the screen on my phone, I could hear a phone ring, and it was my phone making an outgoing call. So let's, I'm loading things up here, and I don't want to. I don't want to load things up. Shut this thing off. Okay, let's wrap this thing back up. I hate touchscreens. I really do. Okay, wrap the phone back up. Covered on all sides. Let's try phoning it one more time here. Sounds like it's working to me. That kind of blows the theory out of the window that if your cell phone is wrapped up in tinfoil, it won't ring. So I hope that answers that question for people. Wrapping your phone up in tinfoil will not prevent incoming and outgoing calls. Thanks for watching.